Hello there, fellow synthwavers. Julian here from SynthwavePro.com. Today I've got a great mastering tip for you, but don't worry, this will be super easy. But before we get started, please like the video, hit that bell notification button, and share the video. Go ahead and subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so already. Let's try to get this video to 100 likes. If you wish to support the channel, then please check out some of the links in the description.
Without further ado, let's get started.
Alright, thanks for joining me. So in this tutorial, let's go ahead and apply some parallel saturation. Now, quite often we apply this to our drum group, maybe an instrumental bus, but I like to apply this technique to my master channel. It's something I've been doing probably since 2009. I don't always do it, but I think in this context, it's definitely worth sharing. So on my master track here, I have the usual suspects, some EQ, some compression, and of course a limiter. First things first, to do this technique, let's go ahead and bring in the audio effects rack, slide it between the compressor and the limiter. Next, let's bring in a saturator. Now, you don't have to use the one I'm using. This is called the saturation knob. This is from SoftTube. The GUI's a little wonky at times, but it definitely works. Let's open up this audio effects rack. So this chain that houses the saturator will be called parallel sat. I'll go ahead and create another chain. Simply right click, select create chain, label this one normal. So this is pretty much the dry channel. Nothing is being processed here. This is what this guy sounds like. Just to give you some context. Fair enough. And the parallel saturation. Now, this is the one that houses the SoftTube plugin. Let's go ahead and crank up the saturation knob here. All right, so we can hear it's adding a ton of crunch and edginess to this song. It's also adding quite a bit of warmth, but we don't want to apply it this way. So what we're going to do here is lower the volume and slowly crank it up to the point where we start hearing it, and we can blend it in gradually. Now we can start to hear it. We can push it a little more. Now, depending on the material you are working with, you can always be aggressive here and apply a little more. It really depends on how far you want to go. I'm going to leave it at about -11, -10. Now let's do some A-Being. So this is just the regular normal chain. And now with some parallel saturation. I'm just going to lower this. Do some A-Being. All right, so be mindful that obviously we're not really doing any volume matching, so something louder typically sounds better. It's not always the case, but at the same time, it is adding a ton of warmth, and it's also adding a lot of sustain to the track. You get that nice thick signal, right? So let's do some A-Being one last time before closing this out. And if you found this tip useful, go ahead and like the video. Let's see if we can get this video up to 100 likes. Let me play the parallel saturation channel on its own. So this is what we're adding to the signal. All right, easy peasy. If you're new to the channel, thank you for hanging out, and consider subscribing and liking the video. And if you've been here since the very beginning, I really appreciate your continued support. That being said, stay safe, and I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.